Are you a service-based business owner looking to increase profits to fund your lifestyle? Well, this podcast is for you. We bring you inspirational guests sharing actionable tips to solve many of the struggles you face each and every day. And now, over to your host, Paul Higgins.
Hi, Paul here. Before we get into the show, would you like to make a great first impression on LinkedIn? If so, I have something just for you. When people search for your name on Google, your LinkedIn profile will normally come up first. Before meeting someone for the first time, how often do they view your LinkedIn profile? For many coaches and consultants I begin to work with, their profiles don't do them any justice. I've created a simple solution where you can whip your profile into shape to have your best foot forward when attracting new clients on LinkedIn. Go to blgdownload.com, so that's blgdownload.com to get your 5 killer tips today. Hello to the Build, Live, Give solo podcast, episode number 259. If it's your first time, welcome. And if you love what you hear, please subscribe. I recommend listening to episode 0.5. That's right, I've got a 0.5 first to guide you. If you're a regular, thanks for your support. I love listening to podcasts and always have follow-up questions. I'm one of those listeners. If you are the same, go to paulhigginsmentoring.com/questions and lodge yours, and I promise to answer it. Please check out past shows on your favorite platform. Just search Build, Live, Give. So today's topic is how to move connections to clients using video. You'll learn 3 key things. 1, why use video? 2, how to use video, and where to start as number 3. So I must admit, I don't consider myself a LinkedIn expert, but I spend a lot of time on the platform gaining new clients. I have about 15,700, so let's call it circa 16,000 followers on LinkedIn. And look, the majority of my clients do come from there, and particularly over the past 12 months. And if you've been listening for a while, you sort of know my journey. Post-transplant, was allowed to go and market myself again for the first time, and I really doubled down on LinkedIn, and it's been fantastic. And we've really focused on the 3 Ps, which is profile, posting, and possibilities. And what I call possibilities is what a lot of others call outreach. Okay, and look, posts were king. I got to say, the back end of, I'm talking back end of 2019 to, about when COVID hit in 2020, content was king. Do a post, I would get clients out of it. It was pretty easy. And, I run a community called the Sales Machine. We've got about 70 service-based business owners. So I sort of was keeping track of results, and they started to drop a little. So I don't know if that was the same for you. So if you're listening to this, I'm recording it in December 2020. We've definitely seen a change in posts turning into clients. So we needed to add another element, which was pretty obvious because we already had the 3rd P. So we added LinkedIn outreach. And we've been doing it for about the last 6 months, as I said. And really, we started text-based, and text-based was great, but you're probably, I don't know, how many, requests or connections do you get every day on LinkedIn? You get hundreds, right? And they're all text-based, and it sort of became a sea of sameness. So no matter what you said in the text and the script, it was really hard to stand out. So we started using video, and our response rates were quite high, so we've stuck with it. So that's what I want to do, is share more of that with you today. But before we go into the how, I'd like to talk to you about Dubb. So it's DUBB. It's an all-in-one sales and marketing video platform that helps to attract, convert, and retain more happy clients, very similar to what we're talking about today. And this is exactly the platform I use for creating my video. So why not check it out for yourself? Just go to buildlivegive.com/Dubb. And it's got to let you know I don't have COVID, but I've got a sore throat at the moment. So my voice does sound a bit husky if you're a long-time listener. But let's go with the how, okay? So I break it into the 3 R's. So we got the 3 P's overall, which is profile, posting, and possibilities. But in this particular case, I want to go through the 3 R's, which is research, relationships, and replies. And before we go into them, I just want to talk a little bit about the hardware that I use, because I know a lot of people get stuck in the hardware. To be honest, it doesn't really matter. But I know that if you're comfortable with your hardware, well, then it makes doing the videos a little easier. So I use a Logitech USB camera with my Mac, and I use Newer, so that's Newer. So if you want to, get the specifics of exactly what I use, and I've got a detailed list, just in the, I'll mention at the bottom how you can ask me questions. Just do that and you can get those. So the first one, R, is research. So the most important thing is to qualify people, and we've learnt this the hard way, right? You really need to look at Sales Navigator, which most people are using to find your ideal clients. I'd recommend you start with your first connections first. It's a lot easier, and then move to your second connections. But have a look at them and have, we use 8 attributes, and, we score each person, and if they meet a certain threshold, then we go and do more research with them. But I think that's really important. Then we mainly do desktop research. My team help a lot with this. So they look at their LinkedIn profile, about experience posts, the company page, and then also go to their website. And they're collecting information for me to use in the video. And also if a sales call. So the next R is relationships. So we always pre-engage. So that's going to their posts, going to their skills, pre-engaging, and then you send them a connection request letting them know that a video is coming. So I always put a connection request. Hi, I love connecting with high performance business owners. Love to know what your key focus is at the moment. Would you be open to connecting? Something like that. Nice, simple, short. And then I go, PS, I will send you a personal video upon acceptance, right? So you're letting them know. So that's a bit of a point of difference and a bit of intrigue, I should say. So you then basically, pre-do it. Then you record the video using some key points. So I use my sticky pad on my Mac. Okay, so it doesn't matter if it's a Mac, it's a PC, it doesn't matter, right? But whatever the little notes is in Word, Windows, I can't remember what it is, but I just put it up the top, and in Dub you can select the tab to record, so it doesn't record your whole screen. So I've just got that sitting above, right where my camera lens is, and I'll just go and sort of go through a couple of key things. So always have their profile open, and I show why I picked them. Okay, so it's great to put a face to the name. This is why I reached out and picked you, and give them a compliment. Then, just briefly describe what you do. So I'm a high performance mentor for service-based business owners needing help in sales and teams. And then, would you be open to a call? And it depends exactly on your research, how you'd word that. And then often I'll give them a value add. So down the bottom of Dub, it can just pre-play value add videos, little videos. So I've got one on engagement, I've got one on profile, I've got a couple of others on sales. So if I, in my research and what I've seen, had a value add that matches their need, I will put that at the bottom. And then I always say, I'm using your email on your contacts. So I show them that that's where I've got their email address from. And I always use email because a couple of reasons. One, I think LinkedIn messages, is not a great platform. They go missing, high chance. And two, you can track it when they've opened it with your CRM. So I do that. And then I'll let them know at the end, if this is not a priority for you at the moment, no problem, just let me know. So, it's very simple. It's about a minute, maybe a minute 20 in some cases, depends on the research we've done. And that's it. And then in the email header and footer, when I send it, I let them know that it's, this is a personal video. It's safe to open and even safer to watch, because sometimes with video, even though it's got a thumbnail there, they're a little bit skeptical. And what I'm testing at the moment is to actually put up their name on a sticky pad. So, write out 50 names, and hopefully they're one of those 50. You just raise it so that they know it's for you in the thumbnail. Them in the thumbnail. Last one, replies, it's pretty simple, is, just keep it nice and simple if they do reply to you, which often happens. And if you can help them based on their reply of what their focus is, ask them if they've got someone that they're using for that at the moment. If they don't, are they open for a call? And if it's not the right fit, refer them to someone else. And if their focus is not what you do, ask them once again if they've got someone and then refer them. So that's the key thing. So today, what we went through is, or what are the key actions you can take, more importantly, from today? So start recording videos. Reach out for video setup help below if you want. Second, follow the 3 R's. So research, relationship, and replies. And listen to this again if you want to go into that detail that I went through, my little script at 1x speed, and have questions. I said, the tech stack I use, anything that you need to know in this podcast, just go to paulhigginsmentoring.com/questions. And you can ask any questions. It doesn't have to relate to this podcast there, but I definitely will reply. And thanks for everyone that's been sending the questions in. You can get all the links to the show notes at paulhigginsmentoring.com/podcast, episode 259, or on your app you are listening to now. I recommend the Pocket Cast app. Listen to episode 0.5, as I said before, if you're new, and it'll give you a great overview. If you want to know if you will have a low or 7-figure service-based business in 2021, go to paulhigginsmentoring.com/assessment. 15 questions in 3 minutes with a specific video from me and the opportunity to have a free 45-minute strategy call. Please connect and follow me on LinkedIn. As I said, I've got lots of connections and I still do post content. If you know someone interested in converting more connections to clients, please share this with them. They will love you for it. Please take action to build, live, and give.
Thanks for listening to the Build, Live, Give podcast. If you like what you heard, please share it and leave us a review. It would mean the world to us.